I'm not a lawyer, but a SA lawsuit has been filed against Vin Diesel, and I read all 26 pages, so let me tell you what's in them. The lawsuit was filed by a woman named Asta, and it's against Vin Diesel, whose real name is Mark Sinclair Vincent, Samantha Vincent, who is Vin Diesel's sister, One Race Productions, and One Race Films, which are both production companies owned by Vin Diesel. Asta claims that in August or September of 2010, she interviewed and was eventually hired for a role she was led to believe would be assisting film production. On September 2nd, Asta was asked to sign an NDA, and then she was flown out to Atlanta where Fast 5 was filming. According to this lawsuit, she arrived and was told that she would be operating as more of a personal assistant instead of with film production, as she understood her role would be. So she, according to this lawsuit, asked someone she believed to be a supervisor for One Race Productions, and they assured her that she would be included in the film production. The following day, which is September 3rd, Asta is tasked with planning a Labor Day barbecue for the Fast and Furious cast and crew at one of Vin Diesel's homes. Asta completes the task and is given positive feedback about the job that she did. A few days later, on September 8th, the lawsuit says that Asta's friend, Vin Diesel, and a supervisor for the One Race company are all gathered in a hotel room at the St Regis, which apparently has been booked for filming. So Vin and Asta's friend are in the bathroom of the suite, and then the supervisor tells Asta to follow him out of the room. Asta assumes that they're giving Vin and Asta's friend some privacy, and so she follows the supervisor, and they end up in the supervisor's room. The lights are off, and the supervisor, according to these docs, takes his shirt off, gets into the bed, and tells Asta to come here. Asta is, quote, appalled and immediately leaves the room. A couple days later, which is September 10th, 2010, after a night at the club, which Asta was told to go to as a part of her job, Asta, Vin Diesel, and the entire team wound up again back at the St Regis Hotel. They're in that same suite, and some of the club hostesses have also been invited back. Vin and one of the hostesses retreat to the main bedroom for an extended period of time. And while they're back there, Asta receives a call from Vin's security saying that Vin is not answering his phone, but he needs to leave the hotel. Eventually, the hostess that is in the back with Vin leaves, and Asta walks in to tell him what security told her. Asta picks up Vin's phone and motions for him to take it. But instead of taking it, according to this lawsuit, Vin grabs Asta's wrists and pulls her onto the bed and entraps her into a bear hug. She's eventually able to squirm away and runs to the main living room, where she is there standing by the door. Vin enters the living room, walks towards her, and says, quote, "Don't open that door." He then, according to these documents, forcibly hugged her, groped her body, and forcibly kissed her. The suit says that Asta pleaded with him to stop, but felt powerless as he was physically larger, stronger, and he was her supervisor. Vin then drops to his knees, pushes Asta's dress up, and Asta screams, runs down the hall, but Vin catches up to her, pins her against the wall, gropes her some more, and then eventually the ordeal finishes, and Vin makes his way to the bathroom. Upon leaving the bathroom, the docs say that he looks at Asta and says, quote, "No one can say about Asta." Hours later after this incident, the suit says that Samantha, who again is Vin's sister, calls Asta and says that One Race no longer needed any extra help. And so Asta was terminated that day. So Asta is suing, and she has 10 causes of action, which are discrimination on the basis of sex and gender, hostile work environment and harassment on the basis of sex and gender, retaliation for engaging in protected activity, failure to prevent discrimination, harassment, and retaliation, retaliation in violation of labor code, violation of labor code, wrongful termination, sexual battery, negligent supervision and retention, and intentional infliction of emotional distress.